Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today what we are going to be going over is generally with a Trump potential RNC bump. He has recently in some polls been rebounding. I know that if you look into the 538 polls, he's actually approved by in the most recent Emerson College poll by 2 points, which is pretty significant. And the race between Biden and Trump is between 2 points. Joe Biden's only up by 2 points, which is pretty insane, considering the fact that, everyone thought that Biden was going to, lock down the election. They thought that, Biden was going to get a DNC bump. He did not. And the fact that, Trump is starting to narrow up the race in, a couple polls, some people are thinking, hey, Biden's actually doesn't have the election, locked down. He's probably not going to win. But actually looking into other polls, USC Dornsife, I believe that's how you say it, they have consistently had Biden leading by double digits, and have released polls basically every single day for the past couple of days, and it has them up by quite a lot. In the most recent morning consult poll, Joe Biden's up by 8 points. USC Dornsif, Biden's up by 10, a little bit of a dip, but if you even look at presidential approval, yes, Trump has been starting to be more approved of, but however, he is still negatively disapproved by almost 10 points. And in addition to that, you do need to also understand that even if Biden wins by, let's say, 3 points, he's still going to outperform Hillary Clinton's margin. Hillary Clinton, I think she only won the popular vote by 1 or 2 points back in 2016. All Joe Biden needs to do is actually just flip the couple of states that were so close. The Rust Belt were super close by less than 1 percentage point back in 2016. If Joe Biden were to overperform Hillary Clinton's margin by 1 point, he would win. Looking at the general states for the 2020 presidential election, this is my general prediction as of, today. I'm just going to fill this out quickly. Trump is not actually doing super great. The state of Utah definitely could narrow up with Evan McMullen's endorsement of Joe Biden. However, this is a scenario where, Trump might do a little bit better in comparison to the polling. So this is generally going to be my prediction for, as of right now. Yeah. So looking into this map, currently the states that, are very narrowly leaning Biden are the states of Florida, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Minnesota, Wyoming, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Arizona. So looking at, recent polls, you can see, states like the state of Arizona with, they Morning Consult released their results before the conventions, August 7th to 16th. Trump led by 2 points in the state of Arizona, which even I think is a little weird, considering the fact that Joe Biden has led in every single poll. But scrolling up to see, after the conventions, Joe Biden has improved by 12 points into, leading Trump by 10 points. In addition to that, the Senate candidate there, Mark Kelly, has also been outperforming the Republican candidate, Martha McSally, the incumbent senator, by double digits. And in one poll, by 19 points, I believe it is. So, generally, Trump, even if he were to improve his margins, if anything, the lowest that Arizona would go down to is a tilt margin. Maybe Nevada would go to lean. Maybe Minnesota and Wisconsin would go to lean, even if, Wisconsin were to flip red, okay? And so would Pennsylvania, and so would Florida. He would only win by 8 points. And, that is considering a lot of factors. Um, the fact that, Joe Biden is going to, lose is kind of like a pipe dream for the Trump campaign as of this moment. I don't think it's like unlikely, but with Trump still being pretty unfavorable and the RNC and DNC is creating mixed results, either Joe Biden is improving or Joe Biden is stagnating. Generally, I think in the Rust Belt, Trump may have improved his margins a little bit. If anything, it would be more like this if Trump were to actually improve his margins. However, the state of Florida is still showing a consistent lead for Biden, along with all of the other Rust Belt states. Ohio and Iowa have started to become a little closer. North Carolina used to be pretty favorable for Joe Biden, now moving a little bit more towards Trump. However, the state of Georgia also being quite favorable for Biden. Biden has been leading in the past couple of polls by a couple points, and Texas has also been extremely close. And that's even with this supposed Trump bump, as some people have been calling it. Some swing states, from 2016, New Mexico, Colorado, Nevada, and to an extent, Minnesota. I think it is a little closer. The state of Virginia, New Hampshire. These are generally states that the Trump campaign's not really going to focus too much on. And if anything, the Trump campaign's kind of on defense. They're not necessarily leading in most of the states. And if anything, Trump's appearances are kind of shooting his own campaign in the foot because he has a strong base. All he needs to do is, empower that base, bring back the populist energy that he had back in 2016. And he had some of that coming from the RNC. However, they have not really been necessarily able to capitalize on it. And, even with this small bump, even if you want to consider it a bump, by election day, considering that there might be a second wave of the coronavirus, there might be, an October surprise, anything can really happen. And the fact is, things are likely to be determined. However, Joe Biden is leading. And, this Trump bump, even if it were to be real, it would need to be a lot bigger in order for Trump to win the election. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Leave a suggestion of the next video I should do in the comments down below. And thank you.